Water, water everywhere, yet not a drop of tea to drink, nor any teacups to drink any tea from. Welcome to Lightvale. Hello, listeners. Our top news story today. Citizens of Lightvale are advised not to go into our local supermarket, Fresco. There have been reports of mysterious hoodied figures loitering around the grounds of our long-standing grocery emporium of wonders. Not actually doing anything overtly threatening, you understand, but just them being there. Well, it's a frightening thing. Who knows what those miscreants could be thinking underneath the shadows of their hoods? Do androids dream of electric sheep? Do hoodied figures think in words that we can understand? These are questions we may never know the answer to. In other Fresco-related news, the Dementors who secretly serve at the self-service checkouts have celebrated their years-long anniversary of serving self-service machines subserviently and secretly for several years, providing invaluable help to baffled customers in need of negotiating with the horrid machine that is the self-service checkout, which has sucked out the souls of more people in the past week than any of the Dementors have in the past decade. Repairmen specializing in repairing this fault in the self-service checkout's design have not yet come out to fix this flaw due to, and I quote, "wanting to keep our bleeding souls in our bleeding chests, thank you very much, and what are you even doing here with that microphone in the first place? Get out of here, this is private property." Selfish self-service checkout repairmen, always wanting to keep their souls intact. So greedy, so self-serving. We may have to start a petition to send to the town hall. Just a quick reminder to all residents of Lightvale. The live zone is for immediate loading and unloading of passengers only. There is no stopping in the dead zone. Thank you. And now, traffic. The Y23 motorway out of Lightvale is experiencing a severe traffic jam at the moment, due in part to the giant invisible window to a parallel universe that has appeared in the middle of said motorway. Some drivers are reported to have been driving along moments before the window inexplicably appeared, merrily listening to whatever their driving music might have been. A bit of Bastille, a smattering of Suede, maybe even the soundtrack to The Bourne Ultimatum, continuing on with their lives, blissfully unaware of the fate that was to imminently befall them, as they contemplated what movie they might watch with their dinner for one later tonight, before going to bed and crying themselves to sleep over how alone they were, and how everything in this world was a god-awful mess that they had no say in, no control over, and how they were just another faceless cog in this horrible machine that is bleeding to death. Until suddenly, the window appeared in front of them, and they slammed on the brakes as fast as their reflexes would allow, but to no avail, for as soon as these drivers collided with the window, they simply vanished without a trace, never to be seen again, leaving the town hall to erase all evidence of these drivers' existences in Lightvale, including the thought realignment of any possible family members who had the distinct misfortune to remember people they loved who now no longer exist. More on this story as it develops. And now, a word from our sponsors. Are you on trial for a crime you did commit? Feeling like the members of the jury and justices of the peace will surely convict you? Then why not try Anti-Guilty Antiperspirant? Just spray the AG app all over your body, quantity of spray time relative to seriousness of crime, and voila! You've created a mass temporary insanity. We cannot guarantee that this isn't just the result of institutional prejudices and long-sustained ignorance upon which the AG app has no further proven effect. Now you'll be able to walk out of that courtroom with all the world your oyster and all the best press coverage a man can get. Don't worry about the large public outcry and general hatred you'll encounter toward yourself on the street from here on in. They can complain all they want, but we still control everything that matters, and we always ignore the angry chatter with extreme prejudice. Or if they become too annoying, we can always set the police forces we control, i.e. more than you'd think, on whoever gets in our way. So what are you waiting for? Buy your anti-guilty antiperspirant today. AGAP, making you a free man with time to kill. I am receiving a new reminder for the residents of Lightvale. The dead zone is for immediate loading and unloading of passengers only. There is no stopping in the live zone. Thank you. Now listeners, you may have heard about the demon comedian biker gang that rode into town the other day, who go by the name the Necronomicomics. Old Mrs. Wilson baked them a batch of rock cakes just yesterday and reported that they are quite the gentlemen, quick to laughter and, supposedly, avid fans of Taylor Swift. But of course, while the jokes they tell may well be a little bit hysterically hilarious, you must remember that they do remain the soulless horned minions of Hades, so keep that in mind before you go to one of their shows. Otherwise it may well be the only one of their shows you will ever see. An update on the mysterious window on the Y23 motorway. Reports are coming in that the drivers and passengers of the cars stopped in front of the window have gotten out of their vehicles and have walked up to the window to look through to the other side, to find that the other side is looking back. More on this as it happens. Citizens of Lightvale, if you have lived here long enough, it is likely that at one point or another you will have encountered the Invisible Magic Man. You will not have seen him because he is invisible. I mean, it's kind of implied. But you will have met him, whether you've known it or not. That goose-pimply feeling you get out of nowhere on a warm day. Your missing keys and lost change. Those loud, unearthly screams you hear coming from the beach that are akin to the sound of a bag of wolves being fed into a wood chipper during a particularly loud satanic ritual. Yes, you have definitely met him. So, if you do happen to meet the Invisible Magic Man again, please do call the Sergeant Secret Police. They have been on the lookout for this individual for decades, but have thus far been unable to apprehend this man, though they assure us that this is solely due to his visibility-challenged condition, and not at all because they lost the file on the Invisible Magic Man many years ago in a late-night poker game between the staff of the Secret Police and the staff of Frisco Far's Furnishings, Frisco Far being of course not in any way related to Fresco Freer. It's dead easy to call the Secret Police folks. Just shout, "Oi, Governor!" at the top of your lungs, and they will appear with ninja-like stealth to take the Invisible Magic Man away for processing, providing that they can find his wrists to even put the handcuffs on. The Town Hall has convened a meeting for later this afternoon in order to discuss matters pertaining to that film of which we do not speak. You know that film of which we do not speak, which I do speak of. We all saw it. We cannot deny that we saw it. We can try to pretend that we did not see it and change the subject away from it and stick our fingers in our ears and loudly scream la 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 as we run frantically back into our homes to drown out the memory of it with some cheap vodka we brought from that odd unnamed off-license that only appears in that spot between Maggie's Thatchers and Dominic's Little Woods every third Wednesday. We can do all of that. But we can never truly wash away our viewing experience of that film, the work of local filmmaker and dog botherer Mackenzie McCready MacLeod, who has since been exiled from Lightvale. Or at least he would have been exiled had it not been for that glowing technicolor orb that came down from the sky and snatched Mackenzie McCready MacLeod from outside the local multiplex that had only just finished booing him out of the building moments before. But, regardless of Mackenzie McCready McCloud's evidently extraterrestrial extradition from Earth, his cinematic legacy remains firmly entrenched within our minds. And so, dear listeners, depending on the outcome of today's meeting, we could all very well wind up getting a knock on our door from the Memory Men. Though of course, I'm sure we won't remember if they did. A new reminder for you, Lightvale. The live zone has always been for immediate loading and unloading of passengers only. There has never been any stopping in the dead zone. Thank you very much. Good day to you. Another new update on the currently ongoing incident on the Y23 motorway. The drivers and passengers of the cars on our side of the window are attempting to talk to their parallel universe counterparts on the other side of the window. It is being reported that people looking through the window are seeing how their lives could have been and how their lives could still be. Reports also suggest that this very report could be being reported on the other side by an alternate universe version of myself. No one can be entirely sure of this though, as seemingly no sounds can penetrate through the surface of the window from the other Lightvale, assuming that the other Lightvale is even called Lightvale at all, and also because nobody knows if I am still a radio host in this other world, or if I ever was a radio host, or even if I'm still alive, or even if I was ever born in the first place, because my parents in that world might never have even given birth to me. And maybe my parents in that world have never even met each other. Or maybe even they have not been born yet, and might never be born in the entire history of that world on the other side of the window. Reports are reportedly reporting that everyone on either universe are beginning to get intense headaches, at first thought to be a result of the unsettling and persistent hum emanating from the window, but now thought to be the result of everybody's brains finding immense difficulty in processing the enormity, complexity, and profundity of the situation they have been so suddenly plunged into. And now, the weather.
Look in the mirror, what do I see? Look through the window, staring back at me. It's 2 in the morning, I'm feeling so free, 24 hours, what a place to be. Well, how can it be wrong when it feels so right? Well, how can it be wrong in the day or night? Well, how can it be wrong when it feels so right? Well, how can it be wrong? Coming to meet me underneath the stars this time together. Last 1,000 hours and hours, say that it's over, never meet again. You gotta remember, still my special friend. Well, how can it be wrong when it feels so right? How can it be wrong in the day or night? Well, how can it be wrong when it feels so right? Well, how can it be wrong? Still can't believe it. It's a mystery, it just kind of happened. Being you and me, who would have thought it? But it's plain to see I'm loving the good times. The rest is history. Well, how can it be wrong when it it be wrong in the day or night? Well, how can it be wrong when it feels so right? Well, how can it be wrong? Well, how can it be wrong when it feels so right? How can it be wrong in the day or night? Well, how can it be wrong when it feels so right? Well, how can it be wrong, wrong? It just ain't right, you never met so many people in a love affair, so many years and he's no show. Time to tell him how to pack his things and go. It just ain't right, you never met so many people in a love affair, so many years and he's no show. Time to tell him how to pack his things and go. It just ain't right, you never there. So many people in a love affair, so many years and he's no show. Time to tell him how to pack his things and go.
Final reminder of the day. The dead zone is completely and definitively and eternally for immediate loading and unloading of passengers only. There is absolutely no stopping in the live zone. Nope, none whatsoever. And if they say there is stopping in their zone, then they are lying liars who lie with lions because they lie like lions. Shut up, you will come to the dead zone, and you will be loaded into the dead zone, and you will live in the dead zone, and you will like the dead zone. All hail the dead zone. All hail the dead zone. And now, dear listeners, as another day draws to a close, and the streetlights flicker on, and the sun sets approximately 17 days late on our cosy, small little town, let us put things into perspective for the last word. There are times in our lives where we find ourselves mentally deconstructing the multitude of events that have led us to a certain point in our existence. We ask ourselves, what if I hadn't listened to that one song? What if I hadn't met the love of my life? What if I hadn't heckled that one demon biker comedian? These are all questions that we must ask ourselves from time to time, for it is human nature to do so. We may occasionally find ourselves at a dead end, but we always find a way out of it, no matter what. Like old Mrs. Wilson says, when the big man upstairs closes a door, he opens a window. And with that, it is time for me to say, good night, Lightvale. Good night.